I think I did that right. I hope I did that right.
Fuck
Oh
it
wow,
with me.
dude! There's so many different tools that Cole has access to, and it's weird being in control without them. It's weird. We
It's
got we
it's
got to have all the clips.
it's weird not having Cole here. It's weird not having Corey here.
I know.
But right now
We're
it's
here.
just the two of us.
Just the two of
Two
us.
of us.
Na, 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 na,
You and
na.
I.
Yeah, there you go.
So how you
So,
been, bro? What's going on? You know what? I
hmm,
asked that, but at the same time, we were having a discussion off camera about how we felt about shows that came out and games that happened and fights that are becoming viral and fishing trips. I've been talking about a lot. Been
yeah,
talking about a lot. So
yeah,
whenever Corey gets his shit in gear, he's gonna join us. But for right now, you get the two of us and our sultry smooth voices.
yeah.
I'm so happy you guys are here. And if you're not listening to us live and you're listening to us on the road, um, you're fucking welcome for another episode of
Yep.
ASAP.
Because we don't know where we're at anymore. Like, it's lost track. Just the unorganization is top tier.
But you
So,
know what? You come here for it. You come here for
yeah.
it. We were actually ranked third best airsoft podcast in all of the airsoft podcasts. And
That's
that's
wild. 'Cause this is
astounding
shit.
because
Yeah.
we don't give a shit. We don't advertise. We don't post like big things coming, bro. Like we don't post any of that shit. We don't
No.
we just
You just show up.
we don't even tell
Literally.
you when we're doing an episode. We just fuck it. We're doing an episode today. We try to have some kind of uh um what's the word follow through. And we have
Yeah.
none. So
Kev, whose beard? My beard? His beard? Your beard? I don't know.
fun fact, the thing's not even plugged in anything.
Behind the scenes secrets. Yes.
Shh.
Guess there's an episode today. That's right, Eric. That's right. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
you get me and Punk. But yeah, I don't know. It's been off topic. I hope everybody had a good solid, for most of you probably had a 3-day weekend listening to this. This is after Memorial Day. But yeah, I went to the track and it was sick. First big drift event of the year in Colorado. Took some media. I got Derek to come out of his cave, which I was shook.
Dude, I
And
miss Derek so much. That
yeah,
fucking nerdy bitch.
yeah. I tried to
He's a
ask him if he wanted to
sweet,
come on
sweet
today, but he's at the shop doing media right now. So
doing. Yeah, no, he's busy. My boy's
yeah.
busy.
He's trying to pump up his numbers. He was telling me that, like, yeah, he's had a whole bunch of weird holdups from China's version of COVID. So
Mm.
not much is happening, and I feel bad for him because, yeah, that's like your lifeline. Because I get it for somebody who also does like product manufacturing and manages that stuff for a living. It sucks.
Yeah, dude. And like I've been trying to get my ass in gear and ordering a big thing of patches, but it's like money. And I
Money's a
haven't
bitch.
even I haven't even thought about China's COVID right now because those motherfuckers like can they've been drilling their fucking apartment doors shut. Like
That's
you
nuts.
dude, they like literally drilling bolts into the concrete so they can't even open their door to get out. It's insane. And like, I mean, at least that's just what the media that's been releasing, and then plus their concentration camps that have been leaked out recently, and
That's
that's
crazy.
not great either.
Yeah,
So
because he was telling me that directly, that like the guy that does all his patchwork for him basically, yeah, got forced to stay at work, so he literally just lives in their office or their factory. It's probably an factory office combination, if it were my guess. But yeah,
yeah. Ben,
just
there are blue slaughter colorways coming out. I just want you to know.
nice.
It's called Poseidon,
Ooh,
and it has a bit of a color gradient in it. It's a little bit of boop. It's not just blue. It's got a little bit of fade away in there.
finesse.
It's got some pizzazz,
I
right?
like it.
So Yeah, it's gonna be nice. Her name is Poseidon, and it's named after somebody. So
Okay.
yeah, there you go.
How's most of other slaughter stuff been doing? Like you've been telling me that you've been super busy and going to the gym. So what's slaughter been like lately?
So Slaughter is continuing to grow organically, which is rad.
Mm-hmm.
I started a new job, so I haven't been able to give it the time that it needs because I've been learning this new big boy job, and it's been giving me big boy problems. And so not Slaughter hasn't taken a back seat, but it's been more planning than it has action. So um yes, Slaughter gymwear. So I'm working on right now. I'm doing research and dev for a female apparel line through Slaughter, gym apparel
Be
line
sick.
for men and women, new patch colorways, and I'm also coming out with I'm working on a more kind of what's the word I'm looking for? The logo is very much more of the designer feel, where it's more like your plush type of clothing that you would wear on a plane, you would wear on a road trip, you would hang out in a hotel lobby, that kind of shit. Like it's more for travel apparel, but it's more embroidered embossed type of stuff, and it
That's
looks more
dope.
it looks more classy to kind of uh, bridge a gap between different demographics. So yes.
So it's like classy, but like you're still like super like abstract,
Yes.
darker themed that you
Yeah.
typically go for. That's cool.
Yep. And the gym apparel is kind of going to focus on the anti-clout, like going against like a lot of like the gym
Yes.
brands that you see out now, or you have people and taking. I think I want to have one that just says "fuck gym selfies," and it's just on the front. You know what I mean?
That's
Or
great.
reject.
I love
that
that.
that kind of stuff. And
Yeah, that's awesome.
just give it to that demographic. So anyway, that's the stuff I'm working on, and I have a cool group of people who are giving me input for the workout apparel side of things, who actually go to the gym and who actually have good input. And I have a couple people for the women apparel line. So like things are moving. It's just all behind the scenes right now. And then when it comes
For
out,
sure.
it'll be more presentable and it'll have a more finished deal. So
That's cool. Yeah, I so for anybody that knows what I do in my work, I haven't been really posting to my old page, like the BB Dynamics page for like almost 2 years, and I finally to like decided to rejuvenate it with like a new brand, a new look, and like a whole
mhm.
new theme I'm trying to go for. So I launched like this week as I did. So the new brand is called Rad Visuals. So this is my front logo, and then this one is the back. Wait, if you can see that. Yeah. So it's just like media based, and I'm just gonna go for a lot of really dark, like spooky shit. I guess you could do like a lot of the shoots like me and Derek have done in the past together, or just like a lot of aggressive. I don't want to. I don't know. I guess you could say aggressive, but like darker theme. Uh, yeah, kind of aesthetic that I'm going for, and just pretty much all of my media. They'll have like a little side brand that just does more general stuff just to make the money, but as like the passion side of it, it'll be a lot like a dark and aesthetic theme. So yeah, so I launched that and I'm pretty excited about it. I'm trying to finish the website and do a launch video too.
It's so much work.
It is.
Like you're like, man, I'm gonna shoot for this goal, and then when you start getting into it, you're like, fuck me, man, this takes a lot of time. This takes a lot of effort. Also, real quick, check out these stickers.
Yeah, see, like exactly. Like I said, abstract version, yeah, of the brand. It's sick.
Fucking so just playing around with stuff.
Yep, absolutely. Yeah, like I said, my lens rental fell through for the weekend, so Derek came out and shot some stuff with me, and Ben was out there too, so that was good to see those guys. And usually, all we hang out is like typically like at the range or at the shop, so it was kind of nice to be in like my dojo or my domain of like this is what I do all the time is go to the track. So
Yeah, man, that's rad, dude.
yep,
That reminds me, I need to talk with you about a drift or car
themed
division.
variant. Yes.
Yes.
Like I
Yes.
said, the slaughter tire idea is, I think people would eat that shit up
It's
because
but it's so far. I don't even know how to get it. How do you get into the tire industry, dude? I don't fucking know anything about that.
it's drifting. It's not even tires. It's just the whole drift culture. Because like if you look, a lot of the drift culture now is very like retro, like 80s, 90s vibes of like dark, like where you're watching stuff on, VHSs and like super like gringy and grimy and very raw when it comes to like street drifting and stuff like that. People love that vibe. They
Cool.
absolutely like eat it up. So like that's what I'm saying. Like your brand, it it's got a place. It fits in perfectly. Just boop. It's just promoting it the right way. So
No, I dig it.
yeah. And I would honestly say like drifting is the fastest automotive growing sport you can think of right now. So
Fuck yeah, dude. All
F1's
right.
making a comeback, but that's about it. Yeah.
I was just listening to a what was this segment through Donut Media about F1.
Yeah. No, they do a couple of really good touches on F1. But I saw that you were posting to your Yaris Rover page a bit, and that you've actually been like working out the base a little bit
Yeah.
for
So I had my buddy Mark Price, who he's helped me out with a lot of my airsoft builds, and we think very much in unit. Like we, when our brains click, it's like with you and Derek. You come out with some really awesome ideas, and so he came
yeah.
up a couple weekends ago, and he helped me basically build part of the interior portion of the Yaris build. We built the box that is going to house pretty much the external battery, or a dual battery. It's going to have a red arc system in it, which is dummy expensive,
Mm-hmm.
but it's magic and it's worth it. Anyway, so we fit the fridge in there. We ran into some issues, different stuff, but now we're trying to figure out what size water tank we're going to put in there, how it's going to mount, and get the secondary, because we're basically building it in sections. And then
Yeah.
after that, I'm going to throw down for the engine and all of the supporting parts to make that swap work. And it's relatively inexpensive, to be honest with you, as far as engine swaps go.
Yeah. What's in it now for the Yaris, and
So
what are you planning on putting in it?
the Yaris right now has I think the Australian version has a 1.3 liter something or other,
Mm-hmm.
and I have a 1.5 liter
Okay.
in it. And what's going to go in it is a Corolla 2ZRFE engine, which is a 1.8.
Okay.
So it'll boost it a little bit. It'll give it a little bit more juice on the high end. And it's not for like crazy speed. That's not what it's for.
No.
It's mostly so if you're going uphill or if you're trying to get around something on the freeway, it's just to give you a little bit of oomph when you need to get out of the way. You know what I mean?
Make it easier.
You still got good gas mileage. It's still like one of the most bulletproof engines built ever. It's a Toyota Corolla engine. Shit hasn't changed in like 25 years. So
Yeah.
that's going to get thrown in there. And then comes the lift. We're going to do like a 4-inch lift on that fucking thing.
That'll be sick.
Yeah.
Yeah, and if anybody knows anything about overlanding, is like when he's talking about like the interior build too, it's like the equipment and gear for that gets really expensive really fast.
It does.
Yeah, like if you've ever been to an overland expo, dude, some of the shit is
I mean, some of
ridiculously
those vehicles that they are showcasing at an overland expo are easily base price $100,000,
Oh yeah, no
$120,000
problem.
easily. I mean, if you're seeing
Yeah.
some kind of like 4-door Rubicon, or not Rubicon, excuse me, Gladiator, or a what's the other one? The
Like Tacomas, like
Tacoma,
Toyota
4Runner,
SUVs. Yeah.
anything
Yeah.
with a cab over or anything like that. Yeah, you're looking at $100,000, $200,000, and that's insane. So I'm looking forward to the day that I get to drive my ass out to Arizona or Colorado for one of these expos in the fucking Yaris. And I think it's gonna change. It's gonna turn some heads. I really do.
If I'm still working for my job at the time, you could always just pull up it as a booth space, and we'll put a tent to like the side of the Yaris, and you'll be like our display vehicle. It'll be sick.
I'm in. And so one of the things I want to do, because it's also got a roof rack on it now, which is adorable.
Hell yeah.
It's got like 17 inches of space in between the bars. It's dumb. It's so dumb. Like you might be able to use a radio flyer basket. Hey Corey.
Hey, how's it going? Is my everything working?
Yeah, you sound good.
Your everything
right.
sounds.
You got a new mic, by the way? Did you get you got bands
No, I
on it.
put
You got your
I
wristbands.
put
Okay.
AMS bands on my old one.
I love
Look, you don't
listening
have
to you chew in the microphone.
you don't have to yell at me anymore. 'cause
Oh,
I
this
got a new
isn't
mic.
the ASMR show?
Yeah.
Yeah, you got I got a
Sorry,
new
Chick-fil-A,
microphone,
can't
so
wait.
Don't yell at me. Okay.
Yeah, sorry.
I inhaled Colby short ribs with brown rice for dinner tonight, and I
Oh,
think
good
I
for you.
ate, dude. I ate it so fucking fast. It was amazing.
We were just talking about a Punks Overland Expo idea with the Yaris Rover, and I was telling him like when the vehicle's done, he can come park it at my work's booth space for the clout.
Yeah,
done.
dude, I'm totally ready to see this project done.
You and me both.
I had my own failed attempt at building an overland vehicle, and I got about halfway done, and then I sold it. So
Yeah, I was gonna ask you about that because then you went and bought a truck to tow the camper, right?
yeah, so I had a GX 460, a Lexus GX 460, which is like a V8 Forerunner essentially, and
And it's actually one of the, like, when it comes to overland rigs, it's one of the most capable. when it
it's
comes to-
ridiculous. Yeah,
It's insane.
yeah, it was kind of like a well kept secret for years.
Mm-hmm.
It was.
And then they got super popular, and then the price of them just skyrocketed. So yeah, I got rid of mine, and I just I went the turd route and just bought a Razor. And those things are insane. It's like the most fun thing you could ever drive.
I saw you ripping it recently.
Yeah,
like, for your Razor. Yeah, you
I like to go
after-
fast.
The aftermarket accessories, the aftermarket support for Razors is also insane. You can pretty much do the same thing that you see with overlanding as you can with a Razor.
Yes, yeah. You can lift them. You can put portals on them. It's
turbo them.
yeah.
Yeah.
Some of them are just absolutely stupid. Mine's pretty stock minus the 32-inch tires.
Have you watched the side by side blog at all for like any like inspiration on your build at all? They're a pretty
No.
big YouTube channel for
I'm-
when it comes to side by side.
I mostly just look at Derek's Instagram for
That's fair.
for motivation. Yeah, I'm kind of jealous of that guy.
Yeah. Things fun. We were gonna take it out over Memorial Day weekend, but it was incredibly windy. When we were gonna do a ton of media with like some drones as well. But
Dude, speaking of windy, so we went to Robber's Cave. They have some pretty nice little off-road trails there. Not very long ones, but they're fun. And the wind was probably like 40 to 50 miles an hour at some point. And when you're pulling a 30-foot trailer, that's essentially just a big boxy wind catcher. That is terrifying. Like even with a weight distribution hitch and a big truck, like I was all over the road. It was horrifying.
White knuckling, like
the whole way.
Yeah.
It felt like I was driving a boat.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was really scary, really scary. But we made it. We had a good time. We did some off-roading. It was fun.
Hell yeah.
Anyway, I just feel like I came into the middle of a conversation. What were we talking about?
No, you're good. Like I said, we were kind of just BSing about the punks.
I want to.
Punk build.
I'd love to try and make the price of Yaris skyrocket. That'd be
Do it.
Hilarious.
Yeah.
Like if you come out with like Patrick spec parts to like, to bolt up to it and sell them as accessories, people would lose their minds.
So
if
like
it works.
So the latest thing that I got in the mail was this. It's the tent. So it's going to be out. It's going to be outfitted so that if you're doing long road trips, you can just sleep inside and have a full like 6.5 foot bed. But you have to take out the passenger seat for that anyway. But for like extended camping trips, so like say if we all wanted to go out and have a camping adventure, I got this tent it's called Shift Pod. And I don't know if anybody is aware of Shift Pod.
No, I'll have to look at that.
Bro, these things, first off, they look like they belong on the planet Mars. They look like NASA like deals. So if you go on my Yaris Rover Instagram account, it's the last video or the last post I made on that.
Yeah, that's where I saw that. Okay.
And it's like it has UV reflective material on the outside, so that way during the summertime, during the heat, it stays cooler on the inside, stays warmer inside. It has these little vent ports on the bottom, so if you have a diesel heater or an air conditioning unit, you can shove the hose right in there and you can cinch it off. And that has all kinds of ventilation, and they're sick. And I've been waiting like 2 years for them to release the ShiftPod 3 Mini, and it finally got dropped. And I was like, I think the third person to buy one. Yeah, I was so fucking ready. So they're not cheap by any means. I think I paid like $750 for mine, but it was worth every penny.
Yeah, that's reasonable for what that is.
Yeah, and they set up. I mean, like filming it. It's I deployed the tent with one hand in under a minute.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
that's right.
We got a tent coming out for about $750 as well, but I can tell you it ain't that like quick to set up. No way.
Yeah. Yeah. It was I'm so stoked that I have it. It's like, hold on. You can actually see it sitting right here. It weighs like 33 pounds. It's monstrous. However, carrying it by yourself, it's fine. If you have the space for it, it's cool. When it comes to like extended camping, I don't give a fuck about the weight. It doesn't matter to me. I'm not backpacking with it. I don't give a fuck. So
is that where you're gonna throw it on the roof bars to the Yaris, like 18 inches across, and be like, "Yep, it fits there"?
No, I mean it's like 33 inches.
Okay, so it's
in length. No, I don't know, man. I might be off. I might be probably 60. It's like 4 feet tall. Yeah, I'm way off. No, I'll just lay it flat in. I mean, I can actually have it horizontally in the build, and it takes up almost no room in the Yaris, which is surprising because that thing is like Narnia's fucking closet, dude. The Yaris, like when you're inside of it with nothing in it, there's so much fucking space.
That's one vehicle I've always admired for that exact same feature is the Honda Element.
Yeah, like, dude, the Honda Element.
I have a CRV, and then my boss had a Element, and I've drove it when I needed to just, dude, it's like a mini truck. Like,
it is.
I can put like 8-foot boards in it, no problem.
Yeah,
this is stupid. Yeah.
And then they replaced it with the Ridgeline, which is, I mean, it got a lot of hate, but it was actually a decent truck. Truck.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't know. I guess for a bubble going down the road, I'm pretty impressed with the Element. And actually, the Element is skyrocketing value as well for the same idea. It's not like your extreme off, like overland vehicle, but people will build full sleep systems in them. So back when I had a Yaris, I'd go camping a lot. Back seats down, there's heaps of space back there and gear. Yeah, and Punk's like did this whole drawing of like the layout of it, and it's gonna be dope. I'm like, yeah, I love seeing the plans like that. That's sick.
Yeah, so. And I got to plan another weekend to go down to Vancouver, Washington, and build the second portion of it. But I'm just ready to put the engine in it because that's one of the biggest hurdles to getting it done. And then after that, it's the lift because there's no factory lift for a fucking Yaris. Obviously, why would you need one? What? I know, right? So and we have to basically use spacers and custom springs and do all that cool shit. But when it's done, it'll have, and then after that, then we're putting a LSD in it, which for those who don't know what an LSD is, it's a limited slip differential, which will help when it goes up hills. So it'll be nice. It'll be capable for a front wheel drive Yaris. It'll be surprisingly capable. So
yeah. There's not going to be exactly moments where like it's going to conquer like stuff that a 4-wheel drive vehicle could do, but it'll probably do better than you expect.
It'll get you into the grass far enough to put up a tent.
Yeah. Exactly. I mean, I kind of want it to be as capable as like, say, a stock truck. You know what I mean? Like it's not, I'm not doing any crazy off-roading. I'm not doing any crazy shit like that, but like the places you can go, the things that you can do, and it'll have like a front winch with and then also like a tow thing. So if I do get stuck, my buddies who have a capable vehicle can pull me out. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I was gonna say, definitely have a winch ready. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah. That's another big investment that I got to put towards it, but yeah, one step at a time.
I would love to do an overland build out of like a much cheaper vehicle because I personally believe like buying really expensive, like you see these like Class B setups and like Sprinters and Class C's that they depreciate in value so fast. Like I bet Corey's trailer actually does okay, like from value loss, but dude, when you spend, $150,000 on a vehicle and it drops like 40% the second you drive away with it, except for like within the last 2 years. That's a different story. But I don't think that'll last forever. So I could never imagine buying a vehicle that expensive. I would want to do what you're doing and build out like a bus or something.
You know what would be a dope overland vehicle? I mean, it's the same concept. It's like mini. It's small. It's compact. You're not going to be able to do a whole lot of like in vehicle living.
Yeah.
But like a Suzuki Samurai would be like because it conquers so much shit, and you can do so much craziness with them. You can put a fucking what?
Those are actually really popular. The Samurais.
Yeah,
they're really popular.
For a couple grand, $5,000, $6,000, you can pick up a decent one, and you can put a fucking crotch rocket engine in them. So that's cool.
Yeah. Yeah, there's those. Do you remember the old Geo trackers?
Yeah,
it's essentially the same car.
Yeah,
but yeah, no, those cool little cars are. You can find them all over the place, just maybe not in a condition that you'll want to go and take them off road. You'll have to put some work into them, but they're pretty cool.
Yeah, I mean, if you have a budget, of X amount of dollars, you can do a lot with a tracker or
yeah, they're cool little cars.
Yeah.
So I wanted to ask you guys, like, what series have you guys been watching or getting into lately? Because I know we were talking about a little bit off camera in our like group chat. I haven't been following shit. I want to go see Top Gun really bad, so I'm planning on seeing it Sunday.
I haven't either.
Yeah. Want to see it?
I'm gonna go see it Sunday. So I've heard it's crazy good.
I've heard it's cheesy and it knows what it is, but it's Top Gun. I mean, the old Top Gun is a dumb movie, but it's fun to watch. So
yeah,
for sure.
I mean, and not only that, but like the footage alone that you're seeing, and how like a lot of it was actually filmed and it wasn't like CGI'd. I mean, there are CGI scenes, of course, yes, but like for the most part, a lot of that stuff was actually filmed. And that's nuts.
Yeah, they built IMAX cameras to fit inside of the cockpit. That's insane.
Yeah,
that's stupid.
Yeah. So no, I want to see that. But as far as like series goes, Halo, which just wrapped up, which was so dumb, I didn't even know it ended. I thought there was another episode, but apparently it's done. That was it. So
I haven't watched a single
episode. It's a pile of crap.
I don't give a fuck about it.
Then Obi-Wan, which I watched the first 2 episodes of that. Not gonna lie, we'll get back to this, but I think it also sucks. I think it's heading down the Boba Fett path really fast. And then Stranger Things season 4 part 1 was awesome. It was really, really good. I enjoyed it.
I was gonna say, I wonder if Corey's just gonna gatekeep everything and hate on everything. But no,
yes, yeah. I hate most things.
I do. To be honest with you, I do too. But I think when it comes to Star Wars, I try to look at it real. Like, okay, so we'll take it back a second. So, like, episodes 4, 5, and 6, the ones that inspired literally everybody in generations to want to make movies and film and whatever. Like, if you think about them, they're kind of cheesy themselves, right? The prequels caught a lot of hate. You know what I mean? After those, the last sequel trilogy that caught a lot of hate. Really, I feel like the only thing that really was badass was the fucking Mandalorian when it came to series wise, and everything else has been in that cheesy realm. And like, when I think of Star Wars in that regard, that it's always had a certain element of cheesiness to it. And you know what I mean? So when it come to Obi-Wan, I feel like it got a lot of things right. And yes, there was some cheesy things, but like for the most part, you were seeing Obi-Wan, who hasn't used the Force in years, and he has denounced himself, and he like listened to Yoda, who's like, I'm going to go in exile and I'm not going to be, you know what I mean? I'm going to get people killed if I'm putting on my Jedi shit. So like, I can see where he was coming from, but there are parts that are annoying. Yes. But I don't think it's anywhere near as bad as the Book of Boba Fett.
Not yet. No.
Right.
Yes, Rogue One was amazing. Rogue One is a good standalone film.
It's
really, really good.
Unpopular opinion. I think Rogue One is the best thing that's literally happened in the last 6-7 years of
up until Mandalorian. I think the Mandalorian as a whole is better than Rogue One.
Yeah.
Just because it's on a much larger scale with multiple episodes and it's still good throughout. As far as like standalone films go, Rogue One is. I'm going to go out on a limb and say Rogue One's probably better than any one of the original trilogies.
Damn.
You know, I think.
Wow.
No,
listen,
I'm not going to argue on that. Honestly,
I like the original trilogy. I like it.
Mhm.
I don't think Star Wars is a good like fan base. I don't think it's a good fan base. I don't think it's a good storyline. I think 4, 5, and 6 were enough on their own, and they just keep pulling and pulling and pulling and pulling and pulling from like something that really wasn't that deep. And so I think what you
that
see
deep to beginning, but I think because George Lucas has always been like, I've always wanted to expand more, and it was budgeting and shit like that.
Right.
So like,
but here's the thing with George Lucas, he's a terrible director. Horrible. Absolutely.
I'm not going to disagree with you on that either.
Go and watch the YouTube. Somebody did a YouTube video called Saved in the Edit. And they talked about how horrible the initial like Star Wars movies were and how the editors came in and pretty much redid the entire storyline to make it what it was.
Yeah.
Because that dude couldn't direct himself out of a wet paper sack.
Damn.
I also don't disagree with you on that.
I don't think 1, 2, and 3 were worth watching. I don't think 7, 8, and 9 were worth watching. I just don't think there's anything there for Star Wars. It just doesn't do it for me, and I'm a fan, but it just doesn't do it for me anymore. I'm kind of done with it at this point. I'll watch Mandalorian, and that's about it.
My opinion with 7, 8, and 9 is that I feel like on May 4th, they were showing, of course, a lot of Star Wars movies, and I was at the dentist, and I think I was watching 9, and I was like amazed, just like most series, when it comes to the final movie of stuff, how quickly they jump and skip shit and just like pass right over it and try to get to like the main point. Like Game of Thrones was the same way for like the last season. They just like compressed everything as much as they could and just spit it out and like didn't really dive into more of like a background or a story. So
one of the talking points that I was talking about earlier was, and I think Corey can agree with me on this, about extending a 2-hour or 2.5 hour long movie into a 6 to 8 episode miniseries. And really, I think that boils down to streaming service. And that's a selling point. And it's to keep you watching and keep you tuning in and keeping that revenue going. And like, that is all that is. And unfortunately, that's an unfortunate side effect of getting to have all this Star Wars content. And I feel like it is getting flooded, but at the same time, they paid how many $1 billion for the Star Wars franchise? So they got to milk that shit. And I get it from a business standpoint, but at the same time, that like, I want to just see a standalone movie again. I want to see the new Rogue One, Red Squadron, or the new, they announced it a while back. It was like, it was like the Top Gun of Star Wars.
Yeah.
Rogue Squadron. That's what it was.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I think you're right.
I want to see that. I feel like there's a lot of stuff to be hopeful for, but at the same time, like, I do feel like it's just, I haven't been wowed the same way as I was with The Mandalorian. That was kind of a special thing. And I feel like it's going to continue. I hope it continues. I mean, even during the book of Boba Fett, when we had that weird interlude in the middle of it with, like you had said, Corey, the first 2 episodes of season 3.
Yeah.
That was, it was relief. It was a relief to see that. And but I don't hate Obi-Wan, not yet, but
yeah,
we'll see. We'll see how it goes.
I think Disney has an issue of not having the level of content that Netflix has.
Yeah.
I think that's their problem. And I think they're in a rush to try and fill it to keep selling subscriptions. Whereas Netflix has a new show coming out every day. They have a new movie coming out like at least every week. Mm-hmm. And then every month, normally they have a huge film coming out with some, A-lister. Like they have contracts with Ryan Reynolds and Chris Hemsworth and all those guys and Adam Sandler. Like they're putting out, blockbuster level. Some of them are crap. A lot of them are crap, but I mean, they're still getting these big actors that are going to sell subscriptions versus, what Disney movies are coming out, what Marvel movies are coming out, what Star Wars movies are coming out, and they can only do one of those a year.
Right. And I was going to say, if you look at my screen real quick,
also real quick, fuck Florida.
Let's see. If I pull this over and I go back to what it was, the list of Star Wars movies and stuff coming out. That's like, so this is just an article I found pulled up real quick of future Star Wars stuff coming out. Yeah, and
also I
which
want to
is
make
good.
I want to make another comment about Miss Kennedy, that dumb bitch. Like, she was making comments about why Solo didn't do as well is because they weren't doing deep fakes, and they're not going to be hiring actors to play younger versions of classic characters. And I think that is a fucking mistake.
Yeah, that's dumb.
Because that is so dumb. I don't give a fuck about your deep fakes. I get it when it comes to like trying to have like Luke Skywalker, who is an old man now, but like, I don't cool it with the deep fakes. I don't care. I don't care. I liked Solo. I loved
Oh, that movie was terrible.
I loved it. I thought it was fun.
Solo sucked so hard.
I honestly didn't see it.
Yeah, to me, Solo was like the first big misstep.
Nah, I liked it.
I haven't seen it, so I don't know. But that's what I've heard as well. What Corey was saying was like that was kind of the meh start of Star Wars lately.
Yeah. So
Marvel's getting on my case like that too. Honestly,
yes. No. Moon Knight sucked. Regardless of what Cole will tell you, it was terrible.
Cole's not here to defend himself, so yeah, chill on.
Yeah, beat up
I liked it that it was different. That was what I liked. I liked that it was different. The character was different. However, it was still cheesy. And I feel like we're getting more into like the comic accurate, whereas I feel like the first couple phases, it was more grittier. It was a little darker. The costumes were a little bit more modernized. I like that. But now it's so bright. It's so clean. It's so, and it, I don't know, man. I like Multiverse of Madness was, I didn't think it was terrible, but I thought it wasn't the first, because the first one it felt like it had a lot more body to it. And this one and the last one just felt like it was a lot of pandering.
Yeah. The first 10 years of Marvel was really good. I'm kind of curious to see what the next 10 years looks like. Because I'm not excited about the next phase at all. The series is outside of Loki have been terrible. The movies I just haven't been interested in going to see, like, at all.
Yeah.
The Spider-Man No Way Home was okay. It's pure fan service. And I haven't heard, it's been 50-50 on Multiverse of Madness. So I'm kind of curious to see where it goes from there.
Yeah. Did you see?
Because, you know, they wanted to come out of the gate hard. So they felt like they were probably giving you their best options right off the bat. So, yeah, I'm kind of worried. We'll see.
I was really excited for Thor Love and Thunder, and the more trailers I saw for it, I kind of got less excited. The one that I will remain out hope for, because it's my favorite series in the Marvel universe, is Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah.
The first one was awesome. The second one was good, kind of cheesy with the whole David Hasselhoff and Kurt Russell ego thing. But have you guys played the new video game, by the way?
No.
It's really fucking good. Honestly, like, it has nothing to do with the movies. It has more comic accurate shit. It's very in depth. The dialogue is amazing. The gameplay is fun. I've been having a great time playing the new Guardians of the Galaxy game. So if anybody,
I play like 3 video games total. So
yeah, I don't play a lot of video games.
Norms. Yeah,
but I've been having a lot of fun with that. So I hope Volume 3 is good.
I think Thor Love and Thunder will be okay.
Taika Waititi usually does.
Yeah, he's hilarious. All his movies, I've liked all his movies so far that I've seen. Even Jojo Rabbit, which is kind of like as far away from the Marvel universe as you can get.
I've been wanting to watch that.
It's really good. Really, really good. But yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of worried about Marvel. They might go the way of DC pretty quick over the next 10 years. Where they're just desperately trying to build something new as interesting as they did in the first 10 years. So, I don't know.
You know, I also, I think it comes down to, I want to see more original stories. Yes. I want to see more original sci-fis. I want to see more original horror films. Remakes, I feel like, have been played out. I feel like we've had too many of them. I would like some standalones that don't require sequels. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, there's so much good shit, and there's so many good writers out there that I feel like we're just getting oversaturated with the same jargon, the same shit, the
Thank
same.
you.
Yeah.
So-
Well, it's become so much of a money game and less of an art. Where it's like,
True.
you know, you used to hear about all these cult classics that didn't do well in movie theaters, and then they took off after the fact.
Yeah.
You don't see that a whole lot anymore.
No.
No.
So you see the big cash grabs where they're reaching into China's pocket to pay for the movie because it costs $250-300 million, and it's garbage. It's just a big garbage spectacle.
Like,
Yeah,
I'm not a person to like get into the whole like fuck China and what they want and all this stuff. But at the same time, like the amount of stuff you have to change and ruin in order to appease the Chinese audience, I'm gonna, you know what I mean? Like I'm not trying to say anything negative, but at the same time, like it's plain to see, like anytime you see they having to make a change to appease the Chinese government, it's shit. It kind of ruins what could have been a pretty rad twist or a cool plot point, and they got to change it because, like, you know, China likes to censor shit. So,
yeah. Take that, John Cena.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I still think John Cena's apology in perfect Mandarin was pretty like
it's hilarious.
Yeah.
Yeah. What was the other thing we were going to talk about?
There was a viral fight in Arizona.
Oh yeah, there was another big fight at a field, and I saw a bunch of people discussing like it's kind of 50-50 whether or not the admin coming in and punching the guy in the face was justified.
I don't think he was justified. I think the guy who got lit up was justified. If he punched him in the face, we wouldn't be having this discussion because I'm all about like if somebody full autos you like that, you fucking break your gun off on his face.
Yeah.
Like that's it.
But let me ask you this: if it's outside of an airsoft field, you see somebody getting assaulted and not fighting back, do you think you're justified to step in and knock that dude out if you feel like that dude's being victimized?
I see where you're coming from in that case. Yes, I see that, and you are right. Yes, however, if you are paid to be a referee and you are paid to moderate a competitive aspect, I feel like you need to be able to show restraint and some sort of like
leadership.
Well, not even leadership, just
Guidance?
what's the word there's a phrase for it. It's conflict resolution or how to bring
de-escalation
down. De-escalation.
Yeah.
Yes.
Cop word.
You know what I mean? Like, I feel like if you are being in a paid position, yes, you need to refrain from punching. And I see where he's coming from, and I'm not even going to necessarily say he was in the wrong because what the other guy did was fucked. However, if you're in public and you're not getting paid, you're just a bystander, fucking knock that dude out, man. Like, you know what I mean? I'm not going to argue with that, but if it's a paid position, it's a little bit different, you know? So.
Yeah.
I still haven't seen this. So yeah.
Okay. So essentially what happened is a guy runs in and he essentially point blank just like wails on some kids, which, you know what, was well within, you know, if there's no bang rule or whatever. Was there a bang rule at the field? There wasn't. I don't think. Yeah. I don't think there was.
And he didn't do it out of malice. He just ran in and shot whatever was in his way. I mean,
he shot like 3 people real quick.
It happens all the fucking time.
Was there like any evidence of like overshooting or not really?
No.
Just super quick.
So
like,
the kid that gets full autoed, he's not innocent in this deal at all. Okay, what happens is the dude runs in because the only part of the video most people have seen is when they come outside and the guy full autos him, I think is what happened. Yeah. What happened is from the full video, the guy who full autoed the other kid, he goes inside, he shoots 2 or 3 people like point blank. The kid says he mother F's him or says something to him. Yeah. And the guy says, okay, we'll do something about it. So he sits there and the kid like shoots him like point blank, shoots him back, which again, kind of exits the rules of the game. At that point, when you're doing something out of malice, it gets into a gray area of assault. And then he goes outside and the kid that went in there and did within the rules, shoot these 3 kids, full autos the other kid back in just like point blank range, which it hurts. Like, I'm not gonna lie, like that would suck. That would suck
I've
bad.
had that happen to me on my birthday. Like a couple of years ago at DMZ, there was like 4 or 5 guys that literally just lit me up for my birthday. Dude, I was ready to throw hands after. I'm not a violent person, but I was
dude, if somebody full autoed me out of anger, I'm breaking their trigger finger. Like that's I'm sorry. Like I'm gonna start seeing red and things are gonna happen. And that's just how it is, and that's how it should be. You have the right to defend yourself if somebody's assaulting you. And in my opinion, and as a cop, and I've worked a soccer game, right? Whenever I worked in assaults, there was a soccer game. People getting kicked in a soccer game, well, within the rules of the game, it happens. Slide tackling, you'll get a foul for it, but it's allowed. That's why you have fouls in soccer games. But when you just start kicking somebody when they're down, that's when it becomes assault. Right. Okay, so to me, it's like there's kind of an assault on both sides. If you're shooting somebody with the intent of just hurting them, not with the intent of getting them out within the confines of the game, it goes into a gray area of being assault, which people can be arrested, charges can be filed, and people can sign tickets on each other and all that bull crap. So should he have shot the dude? No. Should the guy have full autoed him? No. Should the admin have punched the kid in the face? No. But they all did it, and they could all get in trouble for it. And I feel like everybody kind of got their own little piece. They need to go their separate ways, but it's stupid.
Yeah.
And I feel like the issues are always going to be kind of on the field. If you're allowing those types of players onto your field, that's on you.
For sure.
And that's not to say this is a one-off, and some random kid came on that day and wanted to start crap. But, if it's something that happens on a consistent basis, like we've seen from other toxic fields where it's probably just a failure on their admin or a failure on the rule set or whatever else, like that's on them.
For sure. Yeah.
Like if that kid didn't full auto the kid back, then basically the kid who he shot would have looked bad.
Yes. Right? Yeah. But, and they should have kicked him out. But he responded in kind, and he went way, way further than the other kid did. And then he got punched in the face. So it's kind of like that's on him. I don't fault the admin for punching him in the face. I don't fault him for necessarily full autoing the kid. It kind of does start with the kid that just comes out and shoots him. Like after he's already out, he runs his mouth and then he shoots the kid point blank, and then he gets full auto, which is probably just a mechanical response out of anger.
Right.
Unless he's a turd and he does stuff like that all the time. I don't know. This is just
we're guessing. Going off of 45 seconds worth of footage.
Yeah. But I talked to some people that kind of made comments over like, oh man, that admin, I can't believe the admin did that. And it's like, really? Like he didn't see what happened inside the building. What he saw was a kid full autoing another kid and just probably
assault happening.
And
and he stepped in to stop it.
I mean, and if that's all you saw, then at that point, like I said, if you're not the admin, then you go fucking, and you're getting full auto like that, fucking punch him in the face. So, I mean, if you're the admin and you're just, I don't know, like a fucking 19-year-old kid and you see somebody full autoing like that, that's all you saw, then I can see where he was coming from and just punching him in the face.
Yeah.
Channeling my words.
And this is something we've seen before where somebody like they get angry and they just unload a magazine into the kid. In my opinion, they shouldn't even make full auto rifles at this point. You should have your LMGs and all of them should be locked on semi because that's where most people play and only the Dookie fields play full auto.
Yeah.
Like they have to have like specific full auto nights.
Yes.
Fields that are like after hours if you want to have that kind of thing. And most of it is at night where like all you're doing is just standing and just getting shot. I think they call it like gorilla ball or some fuckery like that. Like, it's so dumb.
And whenever I first got into airsoft, like we didn't know how to lock stuff out and all of us were just buying the same Dookie G&Gs and we were full autoing the crap out of each other being stupid. But it's like we're at a point now where most fields don't allow it. Most events don't allow it. Because it's stupid. Listen, there's a reason why they went away from fully automatic rifles in the Army. It's because it doesn't make sense. It's because you blow your load and then you're screwed. Yeah. I mean, that's all there is to it. Also, fun fact, when you're shooting a rifle and you're shooting full auto and you're shooting at something past like 25 yards, everything after your second round is an absolute miss.
Yeah.
That's just how it is. I mean, fully automatic fire is to be suppressive. It's not to be accurate. So Alphonse would love that, but Alphonse runs an LMG.
Yeah, so that's different.
Yeah,
because he's running that role.
Yeah, that's his role. If you want to tote around 10 extra pounds of weight so you can shoot full auto all the time, go for it.
Yeah, no. The dude works out in a ghillie suit and a beret. Okay, just let him fucking whatever. He makes funny videos.
Yeah, no, that stuff's good. But man, just don't be a douchebag and you won't get punched in the face. It's worked for me for quite a while.
Yeah. I haven't been punched in the face yet.
No, I'm trying to think of any incidences that I've seen like that happen on the field in person. Have you guys ever experienced that? Like where like a major airsoft fight or something from
No,
somebody
the only
falling
thing
up to you?
I've ever had
never
issues
experienced
with is people running their mouths, acting like
that.
they
Of
wanted to
course. I
fight.
mean, that's common.
And I don't know, they tend to shut that down really quick.
Yeah, we almost had that running.
Yeah, listen, and it's not a proud moment either, man. It was like some spicy event where everybody was just running their mouths, and people were nobody was really trying to throw hands. They're just running their mouths like they're tough. And then when people respond like, okay, if you want to fight, like fine. And then they're like, oh, no, I'm sorry. Like, shut up.
I think I know what you're talking about. Yeah. That's fine.
Yeah, no, it happened. It happened at Copperhead. It was like 2 years ago, I think.
Yeah.
And
we were all together. Yeah.
no, there was 2 incidents, 2 totally unrelated people, 2 totally unrelated teams, just kind of similar. Like, I don't know if it was people traded shots and they just started running their mouths and it just kind of escalated from there. None of it was towards me. I just happened to be a witness to both. But it was just, I don't know.
Yeah,
it's a game. If you can't have fun and you take it that seriously, you need to go do something else.
For sure.
Mine was I was dead and I got shot in the neck.
I remember this. Oh.
And he was like within the engagement distance of having a sniper rifle, and that motherfucker was shooting something mean. And I was like, hey, fuck you, dude. Like, and I was not having anything less.
Yeah, I will say this about that particular person. They've been banned from so many events for cheating, and they were allowed to come back for one event, and I believe they cheated again, and they may be banned again. Like it's just in their blood; they have to cheat. So they're always shooting hot. They're always changing their stuff after chrono. They are just epic D-bags, and I don't know why they keep allowing them to come back, but they do.
Yeah.
So Corey, I just completely off topic because I want to talk about a dance that I made.
Yeah, let's just go ahead. Hard switch.
All right, hard switch. Okay, so a couple 2 weeks ago, I was at Crypticon. It's a horror movie convention, and the after party, they call it the Biohazard party, and they have like a DJ, and there's like plastic on the ground so you don't spill drinks or get blood on. You know what I mean? And so
Sounds
they had
sloppy,
this.
Yeah.
Dude, yeah, it was sloppy as shit. It was up in the penthouse of like right near the airport. Anyway, so everything's going, dance is going, and I come up with this thing called the bro down, and I think you'll like it. It's such an easy dance that even white people can do it. So all you got to do is, you bob your head like this, and you like the song, and then you just put your thumb out like that, right? And you just continue like this. You're like, I'm having a good time. Just thumb out. This
and you're being positive towards everybody,
right? And then sometimes like when the song gets kind of into it, right? And you want to start moving the rest of your body, you got to refrain. You can't let it get what you do, you give them 2.
Yeah. So when the bass drops, you go from 1 to 2
to 2, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So now here's where if you're into it and you're feeling it, you're like, this is not enough. This isn't enough, right? You keep going like this, but now you point at every single person in the room. You give every single person in the room. I'm not kidding you when I say this. I had like 12 people stop what they were doing, and we had a circle of this. It was awesome. And then afterwards, when everybody's fucking hungover or still drunk or whatever the next morning, I had 3 people come up to me and be like, bro, like, just, I don't know. I didn't know who these fucking people were, but it was awesome. And it's called the bro down, right? Okay. So now there's a flip side to the bro down, and that's where the women sit in the corner and they give you the knock arena, and they just do this. You call it the knock arena.
No bueno.
No bueno.
If they don't like it. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. If you're just not having a good time, the knock arena. Just hey, knock arena.
We're done. I want to go home.
Done.
15 minutes. We're done.
Yeah.
It's absolutely ridiculous. I hope it catches on.
Yeah.
Hey, if you you're coming to Copperhead, right?
Yes.
I think we're gonna have 2 party houses. You can introduce that to everybody.
Oh my God.
I want to see you on the top of a roof, just like 12 in the morning, just like.
Let's do the next intro for ASAP, where it's a big buildup, and then it's just me on the thing, just done.
Or in the middle of the game, we just bust out a boombox on one of the roofs, and we just start doing that.
Fuck
We
yeah.
just randomly turn one house into like a Switzerland party house. Nobody fights in there. Everybody just dances.
Well, it's
Get a Switzerland flag on the inside
yes,
for each
yes,
doorway.
yes, yes,
Yeah,
yes.
that'd be funny, dude. Oh,
Or
man.
we do a Switzerland flag with the ASAP logo on it. And it's
Yeah.
just, you come here, this is dance party land. We have a boombox. If you hear them, hey man, if these walls
It's
are
just
thumping, don't
Jellyfish
come a
Jam.
bumping. You know what I mean?
It's like the jellyfish jam from SpongeBob, that just the entire time.
I was
Like,
about to say the
24-hour
same
loop.
thing. I wonder how quick Bo would shut that down.
Like, no, not here, not here. Positive vibes only. Keep that grenade shit out there.
Yeah. Hey, listen, if there's somebody that would be into something called the bro down, it would be Bo, because he hands down says bro 10 times more than any other human being.
Bro, it's gonna be epic. It's gonna be, you're not gonna know who's gonna be from which direction, bro. It's gonna be awesome.
Yeah, question, why did cheaters seem to populate the HPA side of airsoft more than any other subgroup in the community? I don't know. I assume they can shoot faster and harder, and they can adjust their
easy.
crap more easily on the fly.
It's
easy.
But you can
That's
do the
what it
same
comes down
thing with
to.
AEGs now.
Can you?
They have they have a switch in the back where you can just crank that fucking spring up and increase the FPS.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I'm an idiot. I don't know anything about my gun. That's why I pay somebody to build it for me and fix it.
Right. I mean, like all the new KWAs, their 2.5 is a version 2 that you can adjust the FPS on.
Okay.
True.
That's it.
Yeah, because I know some people used to switch out cylinders on the PTWs.
Yep.
So I assume it's because they're affordable. They shoot faster. As far as I've seen, I guess some of them have just ridiculous like RPSs where they can just fire like 50 rounds a
If
second.
you get the right mags, yeah.
Yeah.
If you find the right mag to feed it, yeah.
This is like my indoor gun. It's my ugly tilted stock one. I have a semi that I keep it in normally, and then I have a binary. So when you go flip it to full auto, it's actually in binary, and that's just so like when you come off the break, you can just suppress, and then you flip it to semi when you're behind a bunker. Like, that's about as far as that goes. And but having like a 50, 60, 40, whatever rate of fire, it's just insane. It's so dumb. You're gonna hurt somebody.
Anything over basically 30 rounds per second is just.
I mean, even 25 is a lot.
It's a lot, yeah.
If you're not going to hurt them physically, you're definitely going to hurt their feelings.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe that's why I tend to go more to the milsim side.
Yeah.
Because I'm a wiener and I don't want to get shot 37 times before I can say I'm out.
Well, okay, so
like this.
the opposite side of that, I would say, where you have full auto in indoor settings, you have night vision goggles in milsim, right? Where if you're not wearing goggles, you're not going to hit anything. And if you are, you're going to light that motherfucker up constantly. Like I've never seen one person with night vision not light a motherfucker up, not just shoot him, light him up. So like,
I just refrain from playing night games.
Yeah, I won't. I won't.
Unless it's Milsom West, and then I just go out there and I play cannon fodder for about 3 hours and go to sleep.
Yeah, that's different. Milsom West is not. It is not the same.
Yeah. So, yeah, I don't know. I don't have an answer for that. I think sometimes HPA just gets a bad rap because it's different.
Yeah.
I think it's growing. I think more people have HPAs now than they have before.
Oh, I think it makes a ton of sense for sniper platforms and DMR platforms.
I mean, but you see a lot of milsimmers running HPA too. Like it's not just one or the other. It's just
No, I mean, I'm sold on Fatco's AEGs. I think they shoot just as good as an HPA. So I'd rather rely on a battery than air and having to get refills and all that garbage. But I do want to build an HPA sniper system like what Cole has because it's dirty.
Yeah,
I think it'd be fun.
Fuck. Yeah. I built mine myself, and I literally haven't found anything that shoots farther than it yet. So,
yeah, no, they seem to shoot more consistently. The ones that I have shot.
Yeah,
I'll just never own one.
I've been having a really good time with an HPA tapped angle magged pistol. Like the ones you see them using where the mag comes back this way. Dude,
they've just gone full paintball at this point.
Yeah. Mine's got an ammo counter on it, so it looks way more cyberpunk. So that's why mine's cool.
Nerd guns,
cool guns.
If it's not a black AR, you shouldn't be playing with it. Shouldn't be allowed on the field.
I've been debating on selling a lot of my collection, just condensing it down to basically, like your idea, Corey, of just getting one solid AEG. I don't know if that'd be from Fapco or not, but from what you guys tell me about his stuff, it piques my interest.
Yeah, I just bought my second one, and that's not needing it, just wanting it, just to have a backup, just in case. But in 3 years, that gun hasn't malfunctioned once. And now, like Cole and I said last time, now that EPM ones are a thing, and there's just like no such thing as a misfeed on it, like they're phenomenal.
One of my favorite things that I've been playing with is just a spring shotgun.
Dude, I miss my gas shotgun. It was HPA tapped.
I think that was
a good system.
I think that was the second gun I ever bought was a shotgun because I thought it'd be cool, and then you realize just how ridiculous they are.
UTG tri-shot. Mine was a shorty version. It was the second.
You're more likely to shoot a silhouette around the person than you are to actually hit them with the old ones, the tri-shots.
Oh no, dude, those things were awesome. I some of the most fun I've ever had was with a UTG shotgun. Those things are dope.
Yeah,
they're just they're so stupid cheap. They're stupid cheap, and they just I don't know. They're just rad. So that's why I bought this one. This is like a Cyma metal one, but it's spring. That's cool.
Yeah. I'm sure they're more accurate now than they used to be.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Kind of like the old sniper rifles. You'd never hit the broadside of a barn with them.
Yeah.
So, anyway,
I think that's pretty much right at the hour mark. So we survived a podcast without Cole. We did it, guys.
Yeah, it was a lot quieter without Cole here.
Yeah, it's weird.
It's kind of nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. I had a joke for that, but anyway. All right, everybody. So thanks for tuning in. If you're listening to this on a road trip, drive safe and enjoy the next episode, motherfucker.
Alrighty. Catch you guys later.